Yeah.
good to hear. But I'm sorry, the camera stopped again.
Oh my god.
One last thing. This
Yeah.
particular camera has a problem.
Okay.
Sorry, shut off again. This one.
Oh, pushing for me that okay, up to karna hi hai kind of.
I'm so sorry. I have
Yeah.
forgotten to silent the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Superb.
Okay.
All done. Thank you.
So in my whole series, I have seen that even a simple roti, how can you make it interesting and at the same time tasty as well? People talk about protein, so definitely that even I can answer that you get
Absolutely.
plant-based proteins. I would like to share something to those people who haven't tried whole food plant-based yet. Is please try it once in your life.
Hi and welcome to this talk. I'm here with one of my good friends, Ankini Singh. Thank you so much, Ankini, for joining us today. And for those of you who are coming to our channel for the first time, I'm Dr. Achyuthan Eswar. I'm the co-founder of nutritionscience.in and sampurnaahara.com. And our goal is to make healthy eating easier for you and for your families. And Ankini is a fantastic whole food plant-based chef. I've been following her page on Instagram called The Balance Cooking for such a long time before we got in touch and finally met in person. And her recipes make me hungry every morning when I open Instagram and look at them. So delicious looking. Really looking forward to this conversation. And Ankini, thank you so much for coming over and for spending this time with us. Truly a pleasure speaking with you. And could I ask you to share a few words about yourself?
Yes. So myself, Ankini Singh. Okay, I'm newly turned actually whole food plant based. I was vegan for almost 3 years. Last 3 years I was vegan, and then I got to know about whole food plant based as well. And now, yeah, I make my recipes whole food plant based as much as possible. So do check out my Instagram channel, The Balance Cooking, as Doctor already mentioned. And I want to thank you, Sampurnahara, for calling me here. It's such an honor to be here, and I'm really excited about the talk, about the recipes we are going to prepare. So that's all about me. I'm just giving it over to a doctor. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much again. Very, very grateful, Ankini, that you took the time to come over. I know
Same
it's
here.
a long way across the city. It really means a lot.
Yeah, same here. Even I'm so happy that finally I could meet you. And I'm really excited for the recipe which we are going to shoot. Yeah.
And we could talk about how to make cooking easier for yourself, how to make healthy cooking easier.
Yeah.
If you want to do, how would you like to do it? How do you like, what kind of recipes normally get maximum traction?
I normally get like very easy, simple, like everyday recipes which people can connect to. They don't like if I, even in my Instagram channel, if I, give something like very fancy cooking, if I'm showing, then I've seen that people are like least interested in that. But if in the same place, if I'm just adding up one smoothie with just 4 or 5 ingredients, so that will just run. So so that's how I got to know that okay, people are more interested in easy day-to-day cooking, which they can normally opt for healthy cooking. So my most of my followers, my viewers, so they message me. They want to know more about how to add healthy ingredients in their food. Like last time I did this whole roti series I did, because roti is just the simplest thing which we normally every day we consume at home. So and normally I've seen people adding sometimes oil into it and all. So we can just replace it to something whole food, like nut butters, peanut butter or tahini or something like that. So in my whole series I have seen that even a simple roti, how can you make it interesting and at the same time tasty as well. Even you can give that to your kids also, and they won't even know that they're eating something healthy, because when you give that concept, that whole healthy concept is something which it even the kids particularly, so they cannot connect to it. They're like, no, That means something scary. I'm not going to eat that. But you can just make you don't have to say anything, but add the thing in your roti, give it to them, they will just have it. So that was the whole purpose of my roti series which I did recently on Instagram. And that's how like I try to create everyday new recipes. Normally it can be a normal pudding, it can be a smoothie, it can be a soup, it can be uh, like no simple dal. So how to make it more interesting, adding whole ingredients. So that's my whole purpose.
Oh,
So
lovely.
that's what I'm
I saw
doing.
the flaxseed roti. That was
Ah,
so
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah, yeah.
Lovely.
I actually got lots of comments on that and people messaging me, oh, is it like I never
Never
imagined that we
knew.
can actually have flaxseed in our roti. So that's what I was talking about. That you can actually add this wholesome ingredient in your food and make it interesting. And as well as you don't even realize that you're eating that something healthy thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
It's so simple. Actually, it's so simple and easy to put these,
definitely.
common ingredients in
Yeah,
common foods
yeah,
and make it healthy.
yeah.
But it's just that it doesn't strike, no?
Yeah, and I also made one chapati with tofu. That was so interesting. Even I got messaged on that, and like people are like, we don't even imagine tofu putting in my like doing my roti. Because normally when we say tofu again, people are confused. Oh my god, tofu! I don't know how it will taste, how to prepare it. Again, so many things. But okay, you can make tofu curry, but keep it aside. Just the simplest thing you can do is add it to your roti. So you are having that protein also, you are having that good thing also. So that's how you can make it interesting.
Oh, yes. I guess if one way it's because it doesn't have much fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you strain out the soya pulp.
Yeah.
But tofu is one of those examples of ingredients that even though they are processed, because you're removing the fiber, even then it's still healthy for you.
Yes.
Lovely.
I want to ask you, like people normally have this question, that is tofu good for us on regular basis? Is soy healthy? So what's your take on that?
Yeah. I guess the root of the question comes from the fact that people are not really used to eating it. It's something new
Oh,
for
okay.
most people.
Okay.
Like, no one is going to ask, is moong dal really healthy? Can I eat it every day?
Ha,
Nobody
right.
will ask.
Right.
It's the same thing. Soya is another dal, just like moong.
Ha.
In fact, soya has a lot of unique benefits. Uh, not comparing to moong, it's not lesser or greater, but different. For example, one of the benefits that soya beans have is they seem to help you neutralize the negative effects of salt. Sorry, if you eat something with salt and you add a little bit of soya beans to it, it doesn't harm you as much as eating just that plain salt dish alone.
Okay.
Your arteries are protected, stomach is protected, kidneys are protected,
Oh,
you
wow.
stay healthier.
Okay.
Then there's another benefit that soya actually gives you like the benefits of estrogen without the harms of estrogen. So
Oh.
estrogen is like a double-edged sword, like some of the hormones in our body are. It strengthens your bones. At the same time, it increases risk of breast cancer and uterine cancer.
Okay.
Soya phytoestrogens, which are the plant estrogen-like chemicals which are there in soya,
Okay.
they strengthen your bones but protect you against breast cancer and uterine cancer.
Okay.
Like on one organ they have the same effect, on another organ they have the opposite effect, which actually works out in your favor, which is great, right?
Actually, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So from that perspective, soya is fantastic. It's great
Okay.
for health benefits.
Okay.
The thing about tofu is technically it's a processed food.
Huh.
It's not a whole plant food because you're
Exactly.
removing the fiber.
Huh.
But even then, it's still healthy for you.
Okay.
The same thing holds true for if you make tofu from any other dals like moong dal, chana dal, for example. May not be as great as soya tofu. Soya tofu is the best because of its higher protein content. But still, even then, it's still healthy for you. It's still good for you.
Okay. I can get this question like, what about GMO soy, non-GMO soy?
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Yeah.
So
So
that is.
GMO crops have a problem of carrying, the pesticide residue,
Okay.
simply because they may either be producing their own or they may be sprayed with pesticides. Many reasons for it, and that can have some adverse side effects. Not so much on the people who are consuming it. Definitely there, but much more on the farmers who are using.
Okay.
So from that perspective, it's something that does cause a lot of harm to human beings. However, in India, GMO food crops are not allowed.
Oh, that's
Yes.
wonderful. Okay.
So it's super safe. Like you
Ha
buy
ha.
soya beans off the shelf anywhere.
Mhm.
Like we get ours from Farm Fresh Bangalore. Those
Yes.
are organic, of course. But even otherwise, any other shop that you get, they're
Uh-huh.
safe to use.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because normally people have that concept. First, they will say, it's so healthy, it's really tofu healthy on regular basis. And the second question will come up, but those are GMO soy. So, I know I heard about
Yeah.
articles and that talking about this not healthy. So I get those questions. I was like, better ask the doctor himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
And what are some other questions that your followers ask, like which you answer them?
People talk about protein, so definitely that even I can answer that. You get plant
Absolutely.
based protein so much, you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about, like people are normally concerned that if you are vegan or whole food plant
How
based, the
where you get
main
your protein from?
yeah, the main problem, which I don't know, it's how I think it's a business technique, commercial thing to sell your products or something. Like people have that thing in your head, like we'll have less protein if we are on a vegan diet, so you should consume at least egg. So forget about other non-veg, at least egg we should consume. So even in my home also, my mom, parents, so everyone, they have that concern that at least consume egg. So some protein question comes everywhere.
What do you
So
say to that?
normally I tell people, I have only one answer to that: make your meal plan where you are adding protein, some amount of plant-based protein to each and every meal you are having. It can be a snack, it can be a lunch, dinner, the main meal. So just make sure consciously that you are adding some amount of protein to each and every dish, and the whole day your protein requirement will be fulfilled. So that's the easiest way. Then you don't have to worry about protein every now and then, that whether am I having. So for that, you just have to, one effort is that you have to make a proper meal plan, that okay, Monday lunch I'm having this, dinner I'm having this, for the snacks I'm having this. So just note it down, make sure consciously you are adding some protein everywhere: nuts, seeds, beans, legumes. Then you don't have to worry about it. So that is the simplest way, which I have found out in my routine, which I follow. So it's working best for me, so I tell people that only. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's the thing.
Awesome.
I have another question on omega 3. Like if we are having, like people have that thing that the what the fish omega is something different than the plant based omega, and we need that also. I forgot that proper term.
Sure, sure. So,
So
a simple answer to that question is the fish omega 3 fatty acids, they don't come from fish, they come
okay.
from algae. They're also plant based.
Okay.
So, if so, should you take omega 3 supplements or not? Should you take DHA, EPA? Should you take, that's a
Ha
kind
ha
of
ha ha.
it can go both ways depending on the data. You can choose which one you would like to do.
Hmm.
But if you want to take those supplements,
Hmm.
then choose an algal supplement
Okay.
instead of getting a fish derived one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that way you're able to do two things. One is you can avoid the cruelty caused for the
Exactly.
fish,
Exactly.
and second one is you can get it without contamination,
Okay.
without mercury and other heavy metals, pesticide
Exactly.
residue.
Okay. So, is it really necessary to have omega supplements for everyone? Is it really necessary to have supplements?
So the science is actually kind of not completely in either one's favor. There's a lot of data on both sides.
Okay.
Um, I think Dr. Greger recommends taking DHA EPA supplements. That was
Okay.
his latest recommendation.
Okay.
But he also says, look at the science, look at the research, you decide what to do. The advantage of it is that you become slightly more intelligent and slight longevity increases
Okay.
there, even if you're vegan. But yeah, I guess it's less there. There's no 100%. Like B12 supplement, yes, definitely everyone
Okay.
should. Vitamin D, either sunlight or supplement, absolutely. But
Definitely.
DHA, EPA, it's a little bit
Okay.
not so certain.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Because that question even I had, like, I don't know if I have to take omega
yeah,
supplement or not. Am I having proper omega?
yeah,
So that's the
yeah.
thing.
So, Ankini, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
There are so many recipes that you put out on your page, and they all look so beautiful, so
Thank
delicious.
you.
Absolutely. I would love to hear how that whole journey started, how you got inspired to go whole food plant-based.
Uh, it went all the way back to I'll go to 2018 around. Actually, I am a yoga teacher as well. So in 2017, I got married and shifted to Bangalore.
Ah,
At that time, I joined yoga. So even I did my certification, I was taking classes. Like yoga and food, it just goes hand in hand, healthy food and all. So from there, that inspiration, you can say that I got that, okay, I should also try healthy food. Because that time I was more into non-veg, being honest. Then slowly, like, my interest, and like when you are doing yoga, so you don't actually get I don't like eating non-veg at that time. I don't know, it has something connection, spiritual or whatever it is, I don't know. So, and at the same time, by 2018, even my husband, like, we did our blood test. It was like, let's do this, offer is going on, so let's do a whole blood test. So we did this, and he was detected with high cholesterol and pre-diabetes at that time. So again, that was a big, pushing for me, that okay, up,
and that
yeah.
was your turning point?
Yes, yes. That was a big push for me. Anyways, I was thinking that I should try more of veg, include more veg food in my diet and have more of salad, more of smoothies, as I said, because that time I was eating more of non-vegetarian food. Cheese, butter was like fixed in my fridge. So I was like, no, I'm not feeling like having all this. So I'm doing my practice, I'm doing my asana and all. So let's have something sattvic, something, good food. So, and when my husband got diagnosed with this, then it was a big push for me. I was like, no, ab to isko fekna hi hai, and like, let's try healthy. So that time I started experimenting with food, because it was completely a whole thing, new thing for me to experiment on. So in our food, I used to get this millet flours, but I don't know how to use that, how to cook that in my recipes, add that those things in my recipes. So lots of experiments were going on. Then I studied books, and yeah, while coming to books, again I got to read this books called China Study, then How Not to Die, How to Reverse Heart Disease. So those few books again was a big
Played a
turning
big
point,
role.
and even those books have recipes. If
Oh,
you have
yes.
seen, they have recipes at the back side. So I tried those recipes as well initially. Then I was like, I have to start one Instagram channel of myself. So to that will boost me, I mean, that will motivate me to make new dishes every day, healthy dishes every day, and plus it will also help people, inspire people to cook healthy every day. So
Yes.
it will work both ways. So that's how my channel came up. So in 2019 April, I started my Instagram food channel and started posting healthy food recipes, and everybody was shocked. What is happening? What is happening? You are not this Ankini. I'm like, no, I have to, so, but yeah, health wise, my husband got better. He lost weight. At that time he was around 80, I think, no, around 90 kg he was at that time, but now he's so thin and lean. So he was
Wow.
this fat at that time. So it came down around, now he's around 63, 64. So he
Wow.
lost weight.
Like 1/3 of his body weight.
Yes. So,
Amazing.
and it happened within 3 months only. Like 3 months, he reduced almost 30 kgs, 25 to 30 kgs. And then we again got our ratings checked, and it was like normal. And till date, it is normal. We do our blood test every year after that. So, yeah, now it's like no turning back. And now it has become passion, so something which I just started just like that, but now it turned into a passion. And mostly, maybe I'm also thinking of turning it into a profession now.
Amazing.
It's just a matter of time. So yeah, that's how the journey has begun and it's still going on. So that's
Amazing. That's so
yeah,
good to hear.
yeah.
1/3 of body weight is not a small
Yes,
thing.
yes, yes. He
So,
lost within 3 months. Like literally, everybody was shocked at that time. What happened to Shudipta? I was getting lots of messages actually, and people are also asking me, "Are you taking up any courses like how to lose weight?" I'm like, no, no, no. It's just the first time I'm doing it. And still now I get messages like, "Ma'am, please give diet plan to lose weight." I'm like, just eat whole food plant based. Anyways, you will go, you'll lose your weight, extra weight.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's so simple, no? It's
yeah,
so easy once you get used to it.
yeah, of
Maybe
course.
the beginning may be tough for a lot of
Little
people.
tough.
Yeah.
It's more about accepting it. I have seen that, acceptance is, I think, the bigger problem. So
In what way?
accepting in the sense that I'll eat, I won't have non-veg, or I'll have whole food plant-based food. I think that acceptance is little difficult for people. They're like, no, I cannot live without cheese. I cannot live without dairy. I think that is the thing the people should overcome first. That no, you have the alternative where you get the same taste, so you don't have to worry about it. So that thing should register first. I feel that way.
Once you accept it, it becomes a lot easier.
It becomes a lot easy, which happened in case of me. So
Lovely. And that's how your channel started. You were
yes,
inspired and you wanted to
definitely.
inspire others.
Definitely, and it definitely it motivates me as well to create more recipes, and it's benefiting me also. I'm eating healthy. Yeah,
And
so
must be
that's how it
benefiting your
is.
neighbors and friends also.
Definitely, definitely. Like last time you called Shudip's friends, and they know that if they visit my place, they will have to eat something healthy. So
Lovely.
I made this chole and other, and they were like, "Okay, this is oil free." I made chaat also. Like I made those, that what
The
is called that
papris.
papris. So those were I made with nut butters, so there was no oil. So I gave the chaat and they were like, "Oh my god, chaat also oil free, how it is possible?" So yeah,
Nice,
that's how it
nice.
is.
So many people are so apprehensive of calling people home after they go whole food plant based. They
Exactly.
feel like, no, 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 now I'm eating healthy. I don't know if they'll enjoy this food. No. What are your thoughts on this?
No, you should be confident about it that you are going to serve tasty food, not only healthy. So that's why I said forget the healthy word. You just think about tasty food. So once you have that healthy thing in your mind, then you become conscious also. So you just be confident that you are going to serve tasty food, and then you don't have to worry about it.
In your channel, The Balanced Cooking,
Yeah.
you show so many recipes that are both healthy and tasty. And they look so delicious. They're
Thank
so
you so
tempting
much.
every day.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
When I open my Instagram, it'll be the first thing that pops up. I'll have Sampurna Ahara, Nutrition Science, and The Balanced Cooking. These will be my first 3 posts of the day. I get so hungry in the mornings.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And is that something that you started doing, just focusing on how do you make healthy food tasty and started focusing on the taste aspect?
Yes, definitely. Otherwise, how will I run my channel? If the food is not tasty, then people will like, "What, ma'am? What have you posted?" But now I get messages like, "We tried your this smoothie that is so tasty." So definitely it should be tasty. So that effort you have to put on. So
Lovely.
because at the end of the day, taste matters.
Lovely.
Like even, oh yeah, I want to share one thing. Like even my brother-in-law, like my Sudipta's brother, he is a non-vegetarian, but I cooked a oil-free aloo sabji for him, and pasta for him, and he was very happy having that. So
Wow.
some people like the taste matters. You just don't tell them that there is no oil. You don't have to say anything about it. Just serve the food which is tasty, and they will have it. So that is the thing. Another point that you don't have to say that there's no oil, there's no this, that. You don't have to say anything. Just serve the food. That's it.
That makes it so much simpler, no?
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And as long as they get tasty food, people are happy.
Happy.
That's all they want. Like nobody wants sugar. Everybody wants sweets.
Sweets, yes.
Nobody wants like cow's milk. Everyone wants ice cream.
Yeah.
So just make ice cream. Make it whole food
Yeah,
plant
yeah,
based.
yeah. Even in Diwali, like I visited one of my friend's place. So I took this, I make this choco laddus, which was definitely whole food plant based. And they didn't even realize that there's no sugar. And they were actually telling me you should start your own business. I'm like, okay, that laddu business you should start. Because they like those laddus. So you don't have to say anything. Just serve the food. That's it.
Lovely, lovely. How did you
Yeah.
make those laddus? Now I have to ask.
It has lots of nuts, seeds, raisins for the binding thing. That's one thing I experimented on laddus. It works amazing. And of course, cacao for the chocolate flavor. Yeah, it was very nice. I had some
Lovely.
coconut to it also, dried coconut. We call gola in Hindi. So that also I added. It gives lots of oil. So even it looks like you're having ghee or something, but there's no, because your hand will literally be oily
Oily,
when you
yeah.
use that dry coconut.
I know.
But it's great to get binding thing for the laddus. So yeah,
Lovely.
that's how.
Lovely. You know, when we started Sampurna Ahara, we used to send our, because we are plastic free, no?
Okay.
We used to send many of our sweets in paper based packaging,
Ah.
paper containers.
Ah.
You might have seen it also. at some
Yes,
point.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we started getting complaints from people.
Oh.
Not that we are using paper, but they all thought we are adding oil or ghee to our laddus and cheating.
Oh my god.
Then we said, oh, what do you mean? We don't have oil. Like, there's no ghee bottle in our kitchen. There's no oil bottle. What are you saying?
Exactly.
And then they sent us a photo.
Huh.
The natural oils
Huh.
from those nuts and seeds have made that paper packaging slightly moist. So you can
I
see
got
like
it.
the oil drawn into them.
Yeah. When,
Yeah.
when the paper soaks oil, they
Yes.
they have that
Marks.
marks there,
Yes.
and you feel like, oh, there's oil, there's oil. Okay. got it.
Crazy it was. Then we had to explain, no, that's from within the nuts and seeds. We have put coconut in it. That coconut has oil, and that's what's coming up.
Exactly.
I think we don't make that connection, no, between we see a coconut, we see coconut oil, and most people like live their whole lives without having this thought that you squeeze this to get this.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, exactly.
When you started making healthy food tasty,
Yeah.
what are some things that you did? How did you manage to do that? Because this, I'm sure, is something everyone would love to hear. Because I'll tell you what we did when we started. For 3 months, we were eating only boiled vegetables, khichdi and salad in our home. Okay. My parents, grandparents, Janani, Aditi, my sisters, we were all eating boiled vegetables. One pumpkin, one hara patta, green leaf vegetable, one khichdi with rice and dal, and some cucumber tomato slices. We had 3 months we lasted. Okay, after 3 months, my whole family called me and said, "Look, we know this is healthy and all, but we can't do this. You please leave us alone. We'll eat whatever we want. We'll go fast. It's okay. We can't do this." And then after that only we started experimenting, and we found so many things.
Okay.
So let's help some people avoid that 3 months of suffering. And I'd love to hear how you make healthy food tasty in your house.
I see, normally what I do is I follow the normal regular recipe. It can be dal, it can be sabji. Like just like suppose you want to make something with aloo ki sabji, something. Suppose say aloo matar or gobi matar, whatever. You pick up any YouTube channel recipe. Just go through the recipe. Okay, these are the ingredients you needed. Now you think that how I will make it whole food plant based in my way. So what is there to like take out from that recipe is the oil. So now just forget about the oil. So once when you are sorting it, when you are adding directly the tempering and the sabjis into the kadhai, imagine there is oil. You don't have to put actual oil in it. Just imagine there is oil, and you do rest of the sabji the same way what it has been shown in the video. So it will turn out tasty. Don't worry about it that, oh, I haven't add oil. So just forget about it. Just throw that oil out of your head. So, and if you want to add some, make it healthier, some extra thickness to it and oil to it, then add some nut butters into it. It's as simple as that. So that's how I cook actually. And that's what I'm saying, like you don't even realize after that, when the whole dish is being done, you don't even realize that there was no oil. So yeah.
The taste doesn't come from oil, no, it comes from
Yes,
the spices.
definitely, definitely. It comes from the spices and little bit of more patience, you can say, little love to it, love to the dish you have to give. So yeah, so that's what I said. Be confident about it. Forget that you are not adding this, that. Just forget about it and just be confident that it's going to be tasty. It will be tasty. That is the main secret.
Great. So, how do you cook tasty food without oil? You
Yeah.
just skip the oil and add nut butters. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
does this hold true for like North Indian, South Indian, Bengali, all
Yeah, yeah.
cuisines?
Any cuisine. That's what I said. You follow the normal regular recipe. You just take out the oil from it. Or if that recipe calls for cream or butter, add nut butter, add cashew butter. So that add coconut cream. So that will give that benefit also, and you are getting that whole food plant based also. It's done. It's as simple as that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But then what about fried food? Like, if how do you make a pakoda whole food plant based?
Oh, I just simply bake it. Or now I have air fryer, so sometimes I air fry it both. So yeah, you don't even, then you don't have to. I literally make this pakora gravy and all. So I don't add even a single drop of oil, and it just comes out as tasty as normal regular pakora dish. So yeah, I just have to bake it. That's it. Bake it or air fry it.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. And do you get the same texture while baking? Because what happens for a lot of people is they use the same pakoda batter as frying
Huh.
and they bake it,
Uh-huh.
then it becomes very dry. When they eat it, like the whole mouth becomes dry.
No, no, you have to add some nut butters to it so that fat, anyways, it won't make it dry after that. Yeah, so we have to, that's what I said, just replace it with the healthy fat. So add nut butters to it, add some cashew butter, it has very neutral taste to it. Don't have to add peanut butter everywhere, add cashew butter. It goes, I think, with every recipe. So even you'll get the same texture, you don't have to worry about it.
So now we spoke about regular dishes with oil. We've
Exactly.
spoken about fried foods.
Yeah.
What if I want to make something like a pizza or a burger? How do I make that whole food plant based?
It's the most simplest actually. So for that you just have to make your own bread or pizza base at home. So I use yeast for that. So you don't have to, again the same thing, you don't have to add oil to it. In the dough, add the nut butter. I add nut butter to my dough, and I add yeast to it, and the rest of the thing is as similar to normal pizza base or burger. And the thing is that the flour, so we are not using any refined flour here. We are going to use whole wheat flour or millet flour, and you will get the same pizza. It's so easy to prepare actually. It's not rocket science.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and what about the cheese?
oh, it's vegan cheese. So you can easily make vegan cheese, and one of the things is nutritional yeast, which gives that exact cheesy flavor to it. So yeah, it's lovely actually. It's very simple. Cheese is one of the simplest thing to replace. Yeah.
Can you give us an example? How do you make vegan cheese at home? Like, which is your favorite?
Okay, I normally I make with potato and cashew. So I boil my potato, then I soak some cashews, or if there is cashew butter available to be. So you just have to blend that potato, that cashew, whole soaked cashews or cashew butter, whatever you prefer. Then some black pepper, a little bit of salt, some lemon juice, and the two most important things: lemon juice and this nutritional yeast. Then just blend and you'll get the same cheesy
Flavor.
flavor cheese you get actually. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
exactly how we make it as well at
Oh wow.
Sampurnahara.
Wow.
Potato and cashews, the best combination. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Like the
Yeah.
potato starch makes it so rich
You
and
get that
creamy.
same creamy yeah, and it's so easy, like potato, it's the simplest thing you can add actually.
Everyone has potato at home.
Everyone has, yeah.
And what about like the burger patty? How do you make that whole food plant?
I used whole wheat flour again, the one of the main ingredient, whole wheat flour and nut butter to it.
Okay.
So I may add the yeast, and then
Okay.
you just Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I meant so the burger bun. That's great.
Ha ha ha.
The burger patties are usually made from meat, right? And
Also patties
yeah,
that
yeah.
inside.
Correct, correct,
Ha ha
correct.
ha.
Usually made from meat. Sometimes a lot of people add eggs to it
Ha
as
ha
a
ha.
binding agent.
Ha.
And it's a highly processed animal
Ah.
food.
Ha ha ha.
It's one of the worst forms.
Ha ha.
How do you make that whole food plant-based? Like, can you use soya chunks? Can you
Yeah,
use?
definitely,
Mhm.
definitely. You can use kathal, the jackfruit, and you can use soy chunks to it. Yeah, it gives that same meaty texture to it. That is the thing you can replace. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I have another question. You were non-vegetarian before,
Yeah.
and now you're whole food plant-based.
Mhm.
When you went whole food plant-based, how did you manage your cravings? Like, if you wanted, okay, you realized, okay, I should not be eating animal food, so you stopped it.
Uh-huh.
But did you get any cravings? Like one day, suddenly I feel like eating it.
No, normally being very honest, I don't know, maybe because I'm having proper amount of protein and proper amount of, all good fats and all. So it helps in control your cravings as well. And one important thing is I gone through all those documentaries as well.
Mhm.
So once you watch the documentaries, then that animal thing also comes to your mind, so automatically you don't feel like having animal after that.
That's so true.
So yeah, now I don't feel like having chicken at all. Even my mom knows that, and she's like, "What happened to you suddenly? You used to love chicken." I'm like, "No, it's okay. I don't now. I'm not feel like you don't get attracted to it anymore." So that's the thing.
I guess you even come to a point where, like, I used to be vegetarian,
Huh.
and I used to have lots of curds, lots of like milk sweets.
Huh.
Like, after college every evening, I'd have a cup of curds and 6 spoons of sugar in it. This was
Oh,
my
oh my
evening
god.
snack for years.
Oh my god.
And I used to love paneer so much. I have traveled 120 kilometers
Oh,
to by a local
fun.
bus in
Oh
the
wow.
Western Ghats
Oh my god.
just to go buy paneer from one particular shop.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
so but then when I went whole food plant based, after a point, even the smell of paneer and ghee and butter and curds and milk, even the smell tends to put me off.
Okay, okay.
You just don't feel like it anymore.
Okay.
You don't like it any
Okay.
longer. Yeah.
Yes, maybe your body gets used to it, and that's what I'm saying. When you are putting whole ingredients like nuts and whole food into your diet, proper protein, proper plant-based protein, then you don't feel like having those unhealthy thing again. So yeah, I think that helps also.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And you mentioned nut butters a lot, Ankini.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people, especially in India, who the only nut butter they've come across is peanut butter.
Peanut butter, yeah.
Never seen any of the other nut butters. So could you tell us a little more about what these nut butters are? Like, how do you make nut butters with raw cashew, raw almonds? How do you make it with coconut?
Yeah.
And why they're healthy? Like, we know that they're healthy because they're whole.
To make nut butters, the only thing you should have is a high speed, what is called blender or food processor. So only that is the requirement you need. Other than that, it is only one ingredient recipe. You don't have to add anything to it. So just pulse and you will get the nut butter. So the almond will give you almond butter, cashews will give you cashew butter, coconut butter you can make from the dry coconut. So yeah, and of course peanut butter is there. So the only thing you need is a high speed blender or a food processor. So that will give you the nut butters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of people asking, I don't have a high speed mixie at home. I don't have a food processor. I only have a regular mixie that I've been using. Can I still make nut butters?
Uh, from my experience, if I say it's better to buy, because maybe initially we'll try making in your own mixie, but it takes lots of patience because you have to give lots of rest to your mixie, or else it will heat up so easily. So after some point of time you lose patience. So that happened with me. So after that I started buying. So definitely now I have 3 bottles from Sampurna Hara only. So and now it's better to buy then. cashew butter, almond butter, whatever. Just make sure that you check the ingredient list. There should not be any preservative added or any extra thing added. It should be only one ingredient thing, like only cashew or only almond or only peanut. So you buy, or else you make at home, then you should have a good blender, or else you should have lots of patience. Yeah,
That's so true. It's so
yeah,
much easier once you have a bottle of nut butter on the
yeah,
shelf.
yeah,
Then you can just open it, take a spoon, put it in your gravy,
yeah.
like in seconds.
In
No, it's so
seconds,
easy to do.
it's so easy. Yeah.
Like you have a bottle of oil at home,
Exactly.
and you use it when earlier used
Yes,
to
yes,
use it.
yes.
You don't get the copri and sit at home and grind it and
Ah.
squeeze it every single day.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't need to make the nut butters every day,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have a high cloud.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what about like desserts? Because I see on your channel lots and lots and lots of desserts keep on coming and going. I'd love to hear some of those secrets.
Desserts, again the easiest to prepare actually. So you just replace the sugar with the whole food plant-based ingredient, which is dates or raisins or figs. Okay, figs are a little costlier, so I'll go with dates and raisins. So you just have to soak them, blend them, make your own date paste ready, and add it to wherever you want. So that is another amazing thing. And raisins, as I said, it has a it works superb as a binding. So in laddus or burfis, this raisins works great. And payasam or kheer, if we say, that is again one of the easiest. You just have to use some plant-based milk, and for sweetener you're going to add the dates, and that's it, it's ready. Yeah, it's one of the simplest.
So easy,
Yeah,
no, once you
it's
get used to it.
actually very easy. Yeah.
In fact, I would say that when it comes to desserts, making whole food plant based is much easier than making the regular desserts.
Actually, because even in kheer, when I used to prepare before with normal milk, you stir the milk, stir the milk. But now, like when I'm making it with plant milk and all, so definitely I don't have to do all those things. Add some nut butter, which anyways will make it creamy. Like you add cashews to it, the cashew butter, I mean, it will make automatically the kheer will become so rich and creamy. And even if you don't have cashew butter, you soak dates and cashews together. I don't know, again it works like wonders. And when you grind that both the thing, cashew and the dates together, and adding it to your kheer, it just takes it to another level. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's how I'm preparing my kheer and all now.
Absolutely. I guess one of the things when you use more natural ingredients
Yeah,
is it has so much of flavor.
exactly.
Like when you eat a cup, like a spoon of sugar, not a cup of sugar. So, like you eat a spoon of sugar,
Yeah,
you taste sweetness,
yes,
but that's all.
that's all.
You can't taste anything beyond that.
No.
You eat a date or a few raisins,
Yeah.
it's not only sweet, it has a
Yeah.
unique flavor.
It has a flavor to it. It has its own flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that makes that dish so much more complex,
Yeah.
so much more flavorful.
Definitely.
And you can make this like the same payasam. You cook rice, you add some coconut paste to it.
Mhm.
That gives a different flavor. You add cashew butter, that's a different flavor.
Yeah.
Almond butter, it's a different flavor.
Different
Peanut
flavor.
butter, totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Sunflower seed butter, watermelon seed butter.
Exactly.
All of them are so different. And even sweetness. Forget all date syrup, syrup. Put mango puree. Amazing, amazing payasam you can make.
I know.
Jackfruit. There is this variety of jackfruit called Tuluve jackfruit in Karnataka.
Okay.
Where so the normal jackfruit is like eatable, no, like solid. You pick it up in your hand and you bite it and eat it. This Tuluve jackfruit you cannot bite.
Okay.
It's not that it's hard, but it's very soft.
I love that actually. I didn't know the name, but now I know. But I love that jackfruit. Even I like this one much more than the hard one.
I know, it's so much sweeter, so
Yeah.
much more juicy.
Yeah, I love that.
It's melt in the mouth.
Yeah.
And like it's a tough thing to remove the seed from it.
Ah,
Yeah,
definitely,
but
yeah.
once you remove the seed, you pull it in your mouth,
Yeah, it
that
just melts in
just
your
melts.
mouth.
So the difficult part with that jackfruit is keeping it in your mouth. It just goes off.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
traditionally in Karnataka,
Huh.
that's the variety that's used for sweets.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they don't use the like biteable one. They use the softer one, and you grind it up to smooth paste. You put it in dosa, idli, appam,
Oh,
payasam.
oh, wow.
So many, like you can make gojju from it. Gojju is like a cross between a sambar and a chutney, somewhere between the two,
Okay.
with lots of sourness and
Oh.
sweetness and spice
Oh, wow.
and salt, savory. It's like I don't know if there's a Bengali version of this. Is there any Bengali dish that's sour, sweet, and spicy?
I don't know. I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think there is. I think something unique to this part of South India.
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. They also make a like for the mango pachadi for Yugadi with all the tastes.
Yes, yes.
That's another example of like directly adding a
Okay.
fruit in, like the raw mango.
Okay.
So many different complex flavors you can make, whole food plant based. Another question people have is, doesn't it take a lot of time to cook whole food plant based every day?
Not at all. Not at all. That's when the meal plan comes into the picture. Just if you need to soak something, just soak everything yesterday night, overnight, and just tomorrow prepare. So that's when the meal plan plays a big role. That's what I will say. So and then you just uh, and once you are in a flow, you will definitely go through it. So not to worry about it. Not to worry about the timing thing.
It's even easier to clean up now afterwards. No oil, no
Exactly.
grease.
Exactly. My chimney. I remember my chimney now, my kitchen chimney. So previously it used to clogged up with oil, but now it's so easier to clean.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
One of the times when we shifted our house, our owner was like, "This chimney has to get, serviced every 6 months or so." Like, no, sir, don't worry, nothing will happen to your chimney. We'll keep it clean. And then when we left, he was like, "Oh, nice, you've been servicing." He said, "Yeah, we've been cleaning. We have not serviced it at all." But because there's no oil use, there's no grease,
Yeah.
it remained almost spotless.
Yes.
Then we told him, no, this we cook without oil. This is how it will be. You should also try. Do it at home,
Yeah.
so much easier.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a direct analogy of how your body stays clean
Exactly.
without
Exactly.
that excess fat, that excess oil,
That yeah.
animal foods.
Yeah.
You stay so much healthier. You're protected
Exactly.
from heart disease, from kidney failure, from cancer, diabetes, hypertension, PCOS, so many lifestyle diseases.
Yes.
And it's so easy, it's so simple, it's not complex, it's not complicated at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like to share, Ankini, with the people watching this video? Any words of motivation you'd like to give them? Because many of them are not whole food plant based yet.
Yes.
They're just starting their journey now.
Yeah.
They're just discovering all of this only now. This may be the first time they're even hearing the word whole food plant based.
Yeah.
So anything you'd like to share for them?
I would like to share something to those people who haven't tried whole food plant based yet is please try it once in your life, because you will miss out on something. So, and you actually give your taste bud a different, you take it to a whole new level with the whole food plant based food, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. So at least give it a try. Otherwise, how you will say, how you can make out the difference, so at least you should try it once. That's what I would love to say.
Lovely, lovely. And I have a few more questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
Could you narrate an incident from your life where you yourself were surprised that something tasted so good?
Something tasted so good.
Yeah. Like you didn't expect it to taste that good, but it was fantastic.
Actually, I tried shondesh, like in Bengali we say shondesh. So I tried it with tofu. I was like, so that was one big experiment I did. I think last Janmashtami I did. So because I was not so much happy, offering sweets to my God also, where I'm using something with dairy, and when I consciously know that it is cruelty, like it is. I'm not talking, forget about the whole food plant based disease thing. from animal point of view also, I was not so much happy to offer this store bought sweets to my god also, when I know that there is cruelty into it, the milk. So I was like, okay, let's prepare sweet this time at home. So even, Lakshmi Puja, after this Dasera we have Lakshmi Puja. So there I made my own sweets. And then in Janmashtami I made Shandesh. In Ganesh Chaturthi I made Modak. So all homemade by me. So there I experimented with tofu. And it came out so good. I didn't like... next time I have to note down the recipe. I didn't noted it down yet. So yeah, so that, I'll say that one of my biggest experiment where I made Shandesh with tofu, and it was so good.
Wow, that's awesome. Could you give us like small sneak peek of how you made it?
I grinded the tofu actually, because it is not that creamy, right? So then I added the sweetener and all, and then I cooked it a lot in
Sweetener was
my,
date
yeah,
syrup?
date paste,
Tea paste.
and I add sweet potato also. Sweet potato is another great binding thing. So I added sweet potato, the tofu, date paste, and all the cardamom and all these things, and I cooked it a lot till the pan was it was coming together and leaving the sides of the pan. So at that time you make it like keep it into the shandesh, that base, and just keep it in the fridge so it will set, and then you cut it, and so that's how I made it. Actually, it was so good. Yeah.
Lovely. And could you share about a time when one of your friends or family or somebody who follows you was so inspired looking at your page, looking at your recipes that they've now gone whole food plant-based?
I cannot particularly name anyone as such, but yeah, I know I have inspired many, because I get lots of messages in my Instagram page where people actually message me that Didi in South India,
Akka.
what they say, at Akka, that keep posting such recipes. It actually inspire us to prepare everyday food, healthy or whole food, plant based or vegan at least. So that inspires us a lot. So I get lots of messages with this, and it makes my day. Like it, I really feel happy when people message me that way. Then I feel like, okay, at least one person I'm inspiring to make something healthy. So that way I think I inspired uh, quite a few people at least through my Instagram page, where people are making healthy dishes now,
Lovely.
even preparing bread at home and all. Yeah.
So lovely. So good to
Yeah.
hear. And
Thank
can
you.
I ask, when you started this whole journey, or when you started changing your diet,
Yeah.
did you imagine you would be where you were today?
Not at all. Not at all. So right now, literally, I'm taking it professionally forward also. Just my kid is little small. I don't have time right now. That is, I just want to give him my maximum time. But maybe soon later on, I want to take it professionally as well, which I have never imagined in my life. And just forget about it. I would never entered in my kitchen, my entire college life, you can say. I started cooking just one or two dishes when I was in Bombay working, so I was alone. So then I used to cook, that too very little. We used to eat outside or take tiffin service there, dabba service there. So I was never a cooking person at all. But when I stepped into this journey, so now I have to, cook. Like there's nobody's going to cook or experiment for me at that time. But I'm so happy that I did that, and right now there's no looking back, and it has become a passion for me. Like now I literally love experimenting with healthy ingredients, healthy food. Now if you tell me to make anything with fish or chicken, I won't feel like making. I forgot only actually now, but I at least I don't have, forget about eating, I don't have the interest in cooking, other than not healthy food. So yeah, so now I love experimenting cooking. So that's the thing.
Amazing, amazing. And of all the recipes that you put up on your Instagram page,
Yes.
were there any that had a history to it, a story to it, that led up to you creating that recipe? I'd love to hear some of those.
Uh, I love all my recipes, and I cannot particularly mention any one particular recipe because I put my heart to each and every one to it. I love everything with lots of love. So I love just all my recipes which I have put out on my Instagram page, and I'm still planning to put on more. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Truly
you.
a wonderful discussion that we had today. I enjoyed myself. I hope you
Me
did too.
too. Me too. It's actually, very lovely to talk with like-minded people like you. People who actually connect with you. Uh, like the same thing, if I talk to somebody else who are very new to this, then it's like you were giving gyan to them. But now it's like we are having just a friendly talk. So that matters. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming over. Truly a
Thank you.
pleasure meeting with you, three of you today.
Same here, same here.
And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did with all those insightful, interesting tips and recipes that Ankini shared with us today. I hope you're going to go back home and try some of them. If you do, at least send one photo. If not, I'll share my address. Please send one sample also. I don't mind. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps you to make one small change in your lifestyle starting today. And this is Ankini Singh. Thank you so much, Ankini.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us today. She has a fantastic Instagram channel called The Balance Cooking. And you'll find the link to her channel in the description of this video. Do check it out. She has, how many recipes do you have? Hundreds?
I think more than 800
Oh,
recipes.
wow.
Something.
Like 800 plus recipes, which are all healthy and tasty, whole food, plant-based, amazing, delicious. At the same time, they can keep you healthier and help you live a longer, healthier life. Isn't that what we all want? So check out her channel below. I hope you find it useful. And I'm Dr. Achyuthan Eswar. I'm the co-founder of nutritionscience.in and sampurnaahara.com. If you'd like to learn how to cook healthy and tasty food, if you want to learn how to impress your family and friends and keep them healthy at the same time, then check out nutritionscience.in. We have plenty of online courses from baking to North Indian cooking, South Indian, and so many delicious foods there. We also teach you to prevent and reverse lifestyle diseases. And if you want to order this food, get it home delivered, then check out sampurnaahara.com. There are more than 200 varieties of sweets and snacks and cakes and cookies and breads, and now I'm getting hungry, and meal flats and pizzas, and all kinds of delicious food, most of which you can get delivered anywhere in India and make healthy eating easier for yourself and for your families. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I look forward to meeting you again tomorrow. Be blessed.